Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to know if you're trans. That'll be what today's video is going to be about. Okay, and for context, I'm going to be telling you guys how I knew that I was trans. Um, we're going to start like way back in the day, okay? Growing up, um, I, growing up, nothing seemed out of the ordinary for me growing up until I hit puberty because I hit puberty when I was 13. And so hitting puberty is what definitely instilled in me that this is not normal. But I was very fortunate because I actually did not start to grow facial hair until I was about 15. And I hated it. I hated it, and I shaved it, like, all the time. There were some days, like when I was in high school, where I would just get super, super lazy, and I would just let it grow out because I just super lazy and didn't really feel like shaving it, and I really didn't have money or really razors at the time, so that's also another reason why I just let it grow. But going through high school, I basically, I wore a lot of big hoodies because, trying to just hide my body. Whether I realized I was actually doing that or not, that's just what I ended up doing, and I just, also, hair. I started growing my hair out during the very beginning of my freshman year of high school. This was about 2007. Because back then, I was, a boy. And I thought it was really stupid that, because it is kind of like a gender role stereotype that women have long hair and men have short hair. And I really thought that was really stupid. Um, and so that's why I grew out my hair despite everyone in my life, including my own sister, who, like, you don't look good with long hair, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't care. I look good with it. I think I look good with it. That's all that matters, blah, blah, blah. And as it turns out, when I started transitioning, it turned out to be a really good thing because, having long hair helped me pass a lot more. Um, and so things changed for me in 2015. That's when, because ever since, puberty, things kind of just building up and building up. And then 2015, I watched the Bruce Jenner interview with Diane Sawyer, and that really, like, a light went off, because I had never really heard of trans people before. I mean, I had heard the term sex change, but I didn't really understand why someone would change their sex, because, back then I was deeply religious, like, well, God made you this way, why would you change it? I didn't really understand why, I didn't really think much about it, but me watching or at the time, the Bruce Jenner interview, and it's like a light went off, and I'm like, oh my god, that's me. Now, back then, I was not a fan of makeup at all. I didn't like the fact that men who wear makeup were really shunned upon. I thought that was really stupid. Which is why I'm actually really glad that there is a lot more men nowadays that are actually wearing makeup, that are kind of going beyond the whole gender stereotype, where men just don't wear makeup, which is ridiculous. I mean, look at actors. Actors wear makeup, like, actors wear makeup all the time. Men, women, whatever. And so, I mean, to act like men can't wear makeup in their everyday life is just stupid. I mean, because especially if you want to actually look into the history of makeup, like, back when both men and women wore makeup, so. And so, I watched the Bruce Jenner interview, and it really just fell into place for me. Um, but I did go. It wasn't something I really dove right into because it's something that I really wanted to really think long and hard about because because if I did make the decision to transition, there would be no going back, and so I had spent the next 2 years. Um, One of my best friends, Jessica, she has a channel here on YouTube. She doesn't really upload that often, but she's currently living in Korea right now, teaching. So go, Jessica. Um, she brought me. She sent me a link to a YouTube channel. She was to Princess Jules here on YouTube, who is a transgender woman, and I watched a lot of her videos, a lot of her older videos about her transitioning and the effects on hormones, and from her, I kind of branched out and I found other trans YouTubers like Gigi Gorgeous and Steph Signati, and um, I just was watching those. I looked up the effects of HRT, like the effect of what they do. I looked up the surgeries in depth and watched so many videos about all the surgeries, and I just felt like that would be really good for me. And then it was early 2017, around like the end of February, around March, when I just couldn't do it anymore. Because I had to transition because it was going to be the decision that it was going to make me happy, because I had been living with dysphoria since I was 13 years old, um, even when I didn't really know what it was, but I just know it was wrong. Like my whole life, every single time I took a shower, I never really liked to touch myself in the shower, even just to clean myself. I hated it. I still hate it. And I mean, I still hate it, and it's so uncomfortable. I mean, just wearing pants is just, it's uncomfortable. Um, but yeah, that is when I decided to transition. That was back in 2017. That was almost 2.5 years ago now. So yeah, I started with coming out to my family, and of course my friends already knew because I had been talking about this for a while. And then I came out to my dad and my sister, and then my sister told my brother. I came out to my other sister, and I started on the path of transitioning. 6 months after I came out to my family, I went to my therapy session. I got my HRT letter, and September of 2017 is when I started HRT. I got my name legally changed in October, and I was on estrogen. I started on estrogen. I started on estrogen and spiralactone. Um, I was on spiralactone for a month and a half when I just stopped taking it because I couldn't swallow, so I had to chew it, and the taste was so disgusting. I couldn't stand it anymore, and so I just stopped taking my spiralactone, which I kind of regret now. And then I was on estrogen for a year and a half, and then I basically completely ran out. And with me being unemployed, I can't buy any more. Yeah, I stopped taking it in March, because in March I hit a year and a half on estrogen, um, which really sucks because my body has been starting to detransition. I have been noticing changes in my body, especially in my face. My face used to be more, my cheekbones used to be a little higher, and I've definitely noticed my under eyes are a lot more oily than they used to be, but not going to talk about that. Okay. That's basically how I knew that I was trans. That's basically just my story of how I knew I was trans. No, I mean it's different for everybody. There are some people that know that they're trans from the time they're like 5 years old. For me, it wasn't really the case. I would say I probably knew when I was 13, but I didn't really have the language to describe what it was. Um, I just knew that I was different. That going through male puberty it felt wrong. It felt like, I don't know, this thing that just didn't feel like it was supposed to happen. It felt wrong to me. But I'm definitely a much happier in my life now, and of course I'll be much happier later when I can get back on hormones, I can have my surgeries, and I can just live a more happy, fulfilled life. Alright, thank you guys so much for that. Cannot talk right now. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please do comment, like, subscribe down below. Comment, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to have some conversations with you guys. I do have a Facebook page, which is linked in the description, which is facebook.com/AmaraIsabella91. I I post all of my videos. Also, my Instagram pictures are typically tend to be posted on there automatically as well, since my Instagram and my Facebook page are linked together. So if you guys want to just chat, just hit me up. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys want to support me and support my channel, you can support me on patreon.com/AmaraIsabella. I will have a link in the description down below, and it will be in my outro, like always. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Alright, bye guys.